What's up guys, Blade Master here, going to be bringing you something a little different. This is, so you guys probably know that there's a new DLC that's arriving for Total War Attila on September 15th, which is the Empires of Sand Culture Pack. Now, you guys probably might know that I've been clamoring for, DLC, a free DLC, something to satiate the, my appetite for Arab kingdoms and fleshing out Arab rosters. You can already see that the vanilla roster for the Arabs is pretty decent. Like, they've got desert chieftains, they've got a lot of unique units, and apparently there are a total of 50 unique units in the new culture pack, the Empire of Sand. We don't know how much it is, but I would guess it's something like $9 or $10. It's not a campaign pack, it's not like the last Roman, so you don't get a separate campaign. It's just 3 new factions that are going to be put into the existing grand campaign. So it's got me, usually I would be, so you can imagine, like, I would be incredibly hyped up for a culture pack like this. This is exactly what I would have wanted. But the thing is, you might notice that on my channel for probably the past like 3 weeks I haven't uploaded a single Attila battle, and that's because this is the first time that I've opened up Total War Attila in the past 2 or 3 weeks, purely because it is not nearly as fun as Total War Rome 2, and that's why I think that having 3 extra factions or 5 extra factions is going to be rather irrelevant if the gameplay is not really, if the gameplay is not changed. So more than, having more factions, sure, actually having a lot of factions helps, but if all the factions play the same, just like it is in Total War Attila right now, then there's no real point. Then you might as well not create any new factions. So we have 3 different factions. We have the Aksumites, the Tanukhids. The Aksumites are near Sudan. Yeah, I think they're in present day Sudan. They were from present day Sudan. And the Aksumites are in Yemen. The Tanukhids were just like some Syrian tribe. Not really like big on, like, I've never heard of the Tanukhids before this. So yeah, Aksumites, Tanukhids, and what was the last? There was the last one. And Himyar. Oh, Himyar Kingdom. Yeah, Himyar Kingdom is like Syria, I think. So all 3 of them are going to be, situated squarely in the Middle East. Interesting time period. There's like the clash of religions and stuff, which you can already see in the Sassanid campaign. And already, the good signs are that the Arab rosters are already relatively fleshed out. You've got Desert Levy, you've got the basic troops for each category, and you've got like skirmishers and stuff. These are all vanilla units, by the way, that I'm showing you here. So having 50 extra units could help, but honestly, it can very easily turn into the Sassanid syndrome. The Sassanid syndrome is where you have a bunch of cool units that have no fucking purpose in the game, like your mace units and the 5 different archers that Sassanid has that no one brings because they're absolute garbage. So if the same thing is going to happen for this Kingdom of Sand, you might as well have 0 new units, because they're all going to be disastrously bad and horribly balanced. So my point is, more than having the good sign is that having a culture pack, usually in Total War Rome 2, having a culture pack meant that they were going to patch the game. Now the bad thing is, usually when they patch this like, if someone's gotten a cut, they usually bandage up the entire body, and by doing so they just do a lot of unnecessary shit. So they patch something, they patch the entire game, and they make a bunch of changes for no real reason. So they could very well fuck up there. I expect them to CA to fuck up quite a bit in the next patch, but honestly, in my opinion, it can't get much worse for Total War Attila in terms of unit balancing. It's, Attila is fun, but it is just so one-dimensional and monotonous that I seriously cannot play it. Which is why I'm hoping that this Empire of Sand DLC culture pack will change stuff. It's a culture pack, sure, it's a DLC, yeah, it's like $10. I probably will buy it, because whatever, like, money's not really a big problem for me or something. And shit, I don't have a wife or children to spend this on, so I might as well buy some fucking games. So yeah, I probably will buy it, and I'll give you guys my impressions or my review of whatever it is. It will be most likely pretty emotional, because I want a good Arab DLC. I want good Arab rosters. But you know, if they haven't changed the gameplay, I just don't see how it can be fun for me. Maybe I'll make a campaign, but honestly, I cannot fight brain dead AI. That is just my biggest pet peeve. So yeah, that's I just wanted to bring this like half rant, half update video. September 15th, three new kingdoms, three new Arab kingdoms. One is basically a tribe, but and they bring a lot of campaign changes, but I could honestly give two shits about that. They bring new like religion changes and stuff, but you know, I've stopped playing campaign in a long time. And the point is, if you're not gonna like, battles are the core of Total War Attila. It's not campaign management. Their campaign management has always been lackluster compared to something like Civilization. If I really wanted to manage an empire or a kingdom, I'd go to Civilization. So no matter how many different things they do, like adding religion and changing religion, horde mechanics, blah blah blah, battles are the core of Total War. War is the core of Total War, and if you're gonna have shit mechanics for war, you can make as many superficial or not so superficial changes to the campaign map. I'm sure a lot of people are not really going to give a shit. The only people who would actually be bothered, who would actually like the new changes, if it's solely for the campaign and they're not changing unit balance, are the very casual crowd. And you never want to make a game dedicated solely to casual players, because just as casually as they'll enter the game, they're just as casually going to leave your game when they just feel bored. I mean, I know, I can see you'd want to strike a balance between you know, getting it into the casual crowd and sticking to you know, and not making it completely about the hardcore fans, or the hardcore multiplayer fans, or the single player fans. But you know, you have to strike a balance, and so far Attila has not struck that balance for me. It has basically been dedicated solely to single players. Single player, all the changes, all the campaign changes and all seem to be pretty great for casual single player crowd, and you know, the odd YouTuber. But honestly, even the LPers don't like playing Attila. That's because at the end of the day, if the game doesn't play well in battles, there's no fucking point to the game. So yeah, you can bring 3 new factions, you can bring a fucking 100 new factions in Total War Attila, but CA, please try and change, you know, change the balancing of the game. Give each faction its own unique flavor, like you did in Total War Rome 2 with the Odrysian Kingdom and the Lusitani and Suebi and fucking how many other Bactria. All the Greek states have their own unique flavor. You know, the Romans play well, Romans are vanilla as fuck. Nervii, you know, make factions like that which actually have a soul, rather than like Sassanids, which have 20 different units out of which you can play with 5, or you know, Franks, which are basically garbage, and you know, Alamans, which can be which are basically just fucking Alans, or Alans, which are basically you know, the Ostrogoths. And oh my god, imagine if they make another Ostrogothic kingdom. Fuck me, I will be pissed. Ostrogothic king, the last Roman, the only good one is like the Roman expedition, which is decent. It's a decent new faction, and honestly I like that faction. But good lord, the Vandalic kingdom, the Vandals DLC, the Ostrogothic kingdom, all such garbage. So I really hope, you know, I'm gonna bring an update. I'll probably buy it, but I'm not keeping my hopes up. I am cautiously, very cautiously optimistic for this Total War Attila culture pack. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if this turned into a rant, and I just wanted to you know, vent. So yeah, stay tuned for more updates on Attila. Peace.